What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know about Fortnite's upcoming Sprite Spree week, which will give you a really good chance and be really helpful if you are still missing out on some sprites so you can get them before the season ends. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Comment down below what sprite you're still missing, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolvedJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So this Sprite Spree is going to be starting on Saturday, August 15th, and there will be Mythic hours after the Unstable mini event. So on Saturday afternoon, there's going to be the Unstable mini event, which will kind of set the stage for what is going to happen next season. And after the event, there's going to be a power hour that they're calling Mythic hours, and this will be a boosted spawn rate for the Mythic Sprite variants. And I assume this is going to be like how power hours have been so far this season. So it'll be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern time and going until 4 p.m. Eastern time, and then potentially another window at 9 p.m. Eastern time until 11 p.m. Eastern time. And like I said, that's how every power hour has been so far this season, I think. So I very much expect them to like stick to that schedule. And we do see that the start time for the Mythic hours is at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So the Mythic sprites we have are going to be the Batman, Vinny Jr., Burnt Peanut, 0 Point, Grim Reaper, Iron Mouse, Poyo, and John Wick. All of these will have a higher spawn rate during the Mythic hours. I'm not sure if John Wick actually will, because I don't believe he's in the regular BR loot pool, but all of the other Mythic Sprite variants should see an increased spawn rate during this power hour, like how we've seen throughout all the power hours so far this season. And the 0 Point and Grim Reaper were shown on the image for this power hour, so Fortnite kind of knows what they're doing. I bet they're still going to be decently rare, but you should have a much better chance of getting a 0 Point or Grim during these Mythic hours. And the rest of these effects will be starting on Sunday, and they will last the entire day. So the Mythic hours are just power hours. The rest of these events are going to be taking place over the entire day, like how the Mastery Mondays have been so far this season. So starting on August 16th, there will be an increased spawn rate for Galaxy sprites. So that's Sunday, August 16th is Galaxy Day. Monday, August 19th will be an increased spawn rate for Hollow Foil sprites, and each of these effects is only that one effect. It's not like they stack. So Monday's Hollow Foils, Sunday's Galaxy. Tuesday, August 18th is going to be an increased spawn rate for the Cube sprites, and then finally Wednesday, August 19th will be an increased spawn rate for the Gem sprites. So you have like a power hour that takes place over that entire day where you have a better chance of getting those variants. And then all of these boosted spawn rates will be taking place the entire day, and the change will likely happen at 9 a.m. Eastern time every day. So Monday at 9 a.m. is when we'll start to get the Hollow Foil increased spawn rate. Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time is when we'll start to get the Cube increased spawn rate, and so on and so forth. Because 9 a.m. Eastern time is when those kind of daily effects have rolled over when it comes to purchasing your daily portable extractors, or the Mastery Monday, start and stop times was always 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then there's also going to be a few effects that take place over the entire week from Sunday to Wednesday, and these will be pretty drastic. So the first is going to be double XP. Starting from Sunday until the end of the season, you will get double XP for your sprites, so you'll be able to level them much faster. But also campfires will be back to boosting sprite XP, so you will be getting 4x sprite XP if you use a campfire from Sunday to Monday, or sorry, Sunday to Wednesday. Basically until the end of the season. So you're going to be able to level up and master sprites incredibly quick. There will be daily lucky locators that you can unlock, which have a good chance of giving you a sprite that you don't already have. And if you kind of stack these up and save them, until you're only missing a few sprites, you definitely can knock out those final few sprites that you are missing pretty quickly using those lucky locators, or at least have a pretty good chance to. And then finally, the most crazy change is going to be that it will no longer cost sprite dust to buy back sprites during this time. So again, that's Sunday until the end of the season. You'll be able to buy back your sprites for free, which means you can take them in and not worry about losing them, but also that means you can share them or trade them with other players and not have to worry about that as well. So Fortnite is definitely trying to make it pretty doable for everybody to get these sprites that they are missing. And just as a quick recap, Saturday is going to be the Mythic hours during the regular power hour windows. Sunday is going to be boosted Galaxy sprites all day. Monday is going to be boosted Hollow Foil sprites all day. Tuesday is going to be boosted cube variant sprites all day, and then finally Wednesday is going to be boosted gem sprites, and that is going to be taking place over the course of the entire day. They did use the gem punk sprite on the image here, but they did confirm that that was an accident and there isn't actually a gem punk sprite, so you don't really need to worry about that. And then throughout that entire week, we're going to be getting double sprite XP, double campfire, so you get 4x sprite XP if you use a campfire. You'll be able to master sprites incredibly quick. Buy them back for free, not using any dust, and then there will be lucky locators that you will be getting throughout the course of this week. So you're going to be able to find a lot of sprites that you could potentially be missing, level them up incredibly quick, and potentially trade them to other players or share them with other players without worrying about any downside. So let me know what you guys think of this Sprite Week, and if there are any sprites that you are missing. I think a lot of people are going to be excited for this, but maybe there are some people as well out there who kind of feel like it's a slap in the face, because they just made it super easy, or, you know, they potentially made it a lot easier at the end of the season for people to get and catch up on all the sprites they're missing. I kind of had expected that they would do something like this, or at least have one of the final power hours be like something for the 0 point and Grim. They did all mythic, but like those sprites were so sought after this entire season that I think those power hours are definitely going to draw a lot of people onto the game. So let me know what you guys think of this. If you are missing on any sprites or you need to level them, that week is going to be the best time to do it. And this is going to be the final week of the season. Season 4 is starting on August 20th. And these sprites that you don't master until then, you will kind of lose out on the potential to, you know, master them. So if you need any of the mastery rewards in the sprite tab, or if you want to get the back blings for mastering the sprites, you're going to need to make sure you do it in this time, because once the season ends, these sprites currently in your collection will no longer be like accessible, and they will instead be going to the new Sprite Garden, which is going to be like somewhat of a social space where you will be able to see your sprites and show your sprites to your friends and see their collections and everything, but you're not going to be able to take them into BR and level them anymore to get, like, you know, those rewards and to get those mastery rewards and all that. So make sure you do this before the season ends. Obviously, Fortnite has made it very easy for you to do so, or at least as easy as possible for you to at least level them. Finding some might still be a struggle, but leveling them should be absolutely easy during this time, because 4x Sprite XP is a lot. And if you are missing out on, if you are still struggling even with 4x XP, the easiest way to level sprites is to just loot chests and loot containers. You know, use a campfire, obviously, so you're getting the 4x at that point. Loot chests, loot containers, and then get your sprite to level 4. And then once you get to level 4, you know, use one of the quack snacks, because the quack snacks get you a guaranteed level. And it doesn't matter, like, it just gets you one level. So you use a quack snack, you'll go from level 1 to 2, or you'll go from 4 to 5. And it's ideal to use it at level 4, because going from 4 to 5 takes the most amount of XP. And so if you are, you know, struggling, loot a path, get to a vending machine, buy the quack snacks for 1500, use it once you're level 4, and you'll be able to level your sprites up incredibly fast. You shouldn't really need to do this with the 4x XP, but if you are still struggling, that is definitely the easiest way to master your sprites. But let me know what you guys think of this Sprite Spree event down in the comments below. What sprite you're most missing out on, what day you're most excited for, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.